Welcome back to Under Review. Lots happened down in Atlantis. We talked about the first and second rounds on our last episode, so go check that out. But today we will be talking about that championship game against South Carolina. Getting to see this number 1 and number 2 matchup so early in the season is quite rare, but it was definitely a sight to see. I'm Mahn.
And I'm Mengel, and let's dive into the fight with the Gamecocks.
Let's first get into what the Huskies did great this game. South Carolina was up by 6 to start, but Evina Westbrook took back the game, making 2 for 2 threes, and she got 14 points this game. 2 quick layups off of assists. I think she just really showed out in those first couple of minutes and determined the momentum for the game. Anyone else you thought did very well?
Well, first go off of what you said, Evina really set the tone early on and she kind of brought some life back into the team. But other than that, Olivia Ododa, she stepped up early on too. 5 blocks in the game. She really seemed to be a difference maker and was making life difficult down low for the South Carolina bigs in the first half. And then I thought they did a really good job storming out after they were down 6-0 like you said, and they took that lead and they extended it to 20-8, and they did a really good job during that stretch in the fast break.
So many fast break points, but let's talk about Paige's shot versatility. Paige just shoots from wherever she wants to, in the paint, 3-point line. She's just such a great shooter, and when she has the drive in her eyes, she just makes sure she gets the ball there.
She's got every shot in her bag, like you said, step back threes, runners with her right hand, floaters, mid-range, fadeaways. It's just so impressive to watch her every night she's on the court.
Paige is great under pressure too, as we saw in that last South Carolina game, so she definitely was prepared for this one. But as we know, this was not a win for the Huskies, so how do you think we fell short?
It started on the glass. We got out-rebounded, and they had 17 second chance points to only our 2. Aaliyah Boston was an absolute monster down low. Like I said, Olivia did a great job in the first half of keeping her in check, but she really broke loose in the second half, killing us on the glass. Besides that, I would say that when Paige isn't on the court, we struggle immensely. The team doesn't really know where to go for offense. We're also looking for a leader with the ball out there, and they just have to find their footing with that around the court. And right now, it's not there.
I wouldn't say the team couldn't function without Paige, but I definitely think that they have trouble when Paige isn't doing well. They rely a lot on how she's controlling the court, and I think they need to kind of work off of that. I know Gino took out Paige in the 3rd or 4th quarter to see how they would function, and I definitely think this was kind of displayed. In the press conference, Evina and Kristen were kind of talking about they didn't realize how many turnovers happened, 19. What are your thoughts on that?
You got to protect the ball, especially against one of the top teams in the nation. They're gonna just take advantage of that every time. There was a crucial run in the 3rd quarter where we had just tied the game up at 40. They got an offensive rebound, put it back up to make it 42-40. Then there's a lazy pass in the backcourt. They stole it to go up 44-40, and then Dorka tries to inbound it to Paige, gets stolen again for another bucket. That's 6-point swing right there that just can't happen in a game where you're facing the number 1 team in the nation.
We also tend to have really good chemistry. In this game, there were just a lot of miscommunications and missed passes, and that's not very like UConn, so that's definitely something they're going to need to work on.
I think a part of that can be attributed to the pressure South Carolina was putting on. They were denying every wing entry pass, and they just weren't letting our guards stay comfortable out there with the ball.
I also think AZ Fudd's defense, she's very prideful in how well she plays defense. What are your thoughts on how she's doing so far in that realm?
I think she looks, like I said it in our first video with Arkansas, she still looks like a freshman out there. She's half a step slow. The effort's there. You can see it. Like, the light bulb is clicking. She's going to eventually make that right play, but right now she's just half a step behind.
I kind of want to see AZ get more aggressive out there. I know she was a little timid shooting, but as we saw in that USF game, she's finally coming out of her shell, and I kind of want to see her do that defensively as well.
Absolutely. She has all the talent in the world, and she just needs to have the confidence in herself.
So as we know, South Carolina is the number 1 opponent, and the Huskies are obviously looking for a championship this year, so should we be concerned for the future?
I don't think we should press the panic button just yet. You're playing games like these in November to get yourself ready for March, and we're going to see them again in January at their place. We've got a tough schedule this year, including Louisville, Oregon, and Tennessee, so there's plenty of more big tests along the way, a lot of time for us to get things back on track.
I think Gino even said it himself that he's not afraid to lose in these early games. It'll definitely prepare us better for March. I think South Carolina might take a back seat and think that they're fine with this game being 73-57, but the Huskies are definitely going to get back to work, and we might come out on top because of that.
One thing that I'm really shocked by is how small of a rotation Coach Auriemma has played so far. He's really only playing 7 people with the occasional Nika Mueller and Caroline Ducharme sighting. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that so far it's working pretty well. I think Dorka is obviously trying to adjust in there. AZ's trying to get her footing too. I would like to see him rotate more just to see how they would work, but the other players are just so confident on the court that I see why he's not taking them out.
I agree. But in a game like this, I think Nika Mueller's on-ball defense could have been very helpful, and he didn't really give her too much of a shot. And also to note, Aubrey Griffin, this would have been a perfect game for her to make a difference in, and hopefully she'll be coming back soon.
Gino Auriemma did say that Aubrey Griffin should be back to full practice soon, so hoping that she gets in. But I don't think this is a worry for January. I think the Huskies are going to come out with a lot more drive in their eyes and definitely want to beat South Carolina in the coming season, and maybe we'll see them in March Madness as well.
When you have one of the best coaching staffs in the country, they're going to know how to make adjustments to fix these things going forward.
Thanks for watching this episode of Under Review. Although the Huskies didn't get the win against South Carolina, they'll be playing them again in January, but we have some opponents that we'll be facing very soon, including Seton Hall this Friday and Notre Dame this Sunday. Will be an interesting week, and that'll be Under Review in the next one. But for now, I'm Mahn.
And I'm Grant Mengel. Thanks for watching.